People often underestimate the physical and mental effect an eating disorder has on the sufferer.
I was asked today,
why do people do it if it hurts themselves?
Well, of course, it's not that simple.
Many people share through the eating disorders, depression, anxiety and many other disorders for attention seeking.
This is built up from years of stigma and mental health being a taboo subject.
Ask yourself, if eating disorders were a means of gaining attention, why are so many people undiagnosed or suffering for years before finally receiving the little help that is offered?
often the sufferer is ashamed and will go to any means in order to hide the fact that they are not well.
Eating disorders are usually a way of coping when things in life have gone wrong, often triggered by past trauma or life-changing event.
It's a means of dealing with and numbing the pain you're feeling.
An eating disorder is far more complex than the way the media portrays it.
A diet gone wrong, a want to be skinny, to look good.
That's how it may outwardly appear, but inside it's a form of control.
A coping mechanism that is hard to let go of. A way to disappear.
People often assume the sufferer has no realisation of the effect they are having on those around them.
That is far from true, and the unbearable guilt from being reminded of how selfish one is.
And seeing those around you angry or disappointed only fuels the eating disorder more. After all, that's one more reason to punish yourself.
There are many physical effects that develop from an eating disorder.
Nobody asks for their heart to weaken and risk every day the chance it might stop.
Nobody asks to be constantly dizzy and fainting at any given moment.
Nobody asks for muscles and bones 5 times their age because they developed osteoporosis or brittle bone disease.
Nobody asks to be constantly in and out of hospital for dehydration and electrolyte imbalance.
Nobody asks for their hair to thin and fall out. Nobody asks for their immune system to be ruined, causing you to get sick all the time.
Nobody asks to be fed through a tube or on constant nutrition supplements.
Nobody asks to lose their independence, their freedom, and years of their life.
Nobody asks to lose their voice and ability to communicate the most simplistic of things.
And most importantly, nobody asks for the constant, never-ending thought processes and guilt that the sufferer is constantly going through.
When that person makes a choice to actively recover, it is important for those around them to realise that it is a slow process.
You didn't get sick overnight, right? So you're not going to recover overnight either.
Sometimes this can be frustrating for those around us.
It is important for them to acknowledge that there will be slip-ups and relapses.
But what is important is not to dwell on these and to support the person regardless.
To give them the strength and motivation to keep going.
It can sometimes be hard to explain to loved ones and those who have not had experience with the disorder
What limitations, fears and confusion they are going through.
although it may seem hard to believe.
What the person suffering really wants
Is for those around them to show empathy and a level of understanding.
Of course, without education this can't happen.
As one can only go on the experience of seeing their loved ones suffering outwardly.
not what's going on inside their mind.
The only way for this to change
Is for more publicity.
More access to information,
And a willing person to take the time to listen and understand.
With the help from charities such as Beam,
to slowly change and stigmas disappear.
It is the person's choice to make that hard step to recovery.
it is those around them's choice to support them to get there.
Recovery is possible.